All right, man, bottom line up front, we got here today to go over a couple shoes that I believe are good for running in the Army. Let's get straight to it. So this video shouldn't take over 5 minutes. We're gonna go over and highlight a couple key things that I like to look for when I'm getting a running shoe, and also a couple key things that I like to keep in mind when I purchase a running shoe. All right, so let's talk about what qualifies me to talk about this topic. I'm a graduate of the Army's Master Fitness Trainer School. I'm also a certified personal trainer through the National Academy of Sports and Medicine, and also got 11 years of running in the Army. Probably out of those 11 years, I've been maxing the PT test about 8 of those years when we're talking about the run event. Quick disclaimer, these are not the actual like go-to for shoes to wear in the Army. This is just my personal perspective, so keep in mind when you're taking tips and clues from this video. All right, so a few key things that I hope that you gain from this video is to save some money when you're purchasing shoes, because I've literally spent a lot of money on trying to find the perfect shoe for running. Another thing that I hope that you accomplish from this video is to find your perfect shoe a little faster than what it took me to find. It almost took me 11 years to, you know, capitalize and figure out what shoe actually works for me. All right, so before we talk about which shoe that you're gonna put on your foot, a couple key things you gotta think about. What kind of running are you doing? Are you doing distance running? Are you doing speed running? Those are the two questions that I think about before I purchase my shoe. All right, so we're gonna talk distance first, because I know I probably got a lot of Army people watching this video and y'all gonna be getting some distance in. All right, so when we're talking distance, you wanna look at how much cushion you actually have on the shoe. What I have here, I have the Hokas. I'm not sure what model this is, but Hokas are known for their thick soles. So this sole gives you a lot of impact control, all right? So when you pound in pavement, after running those long miles, this is gonna take a lot of stress off of your knees, a lot of stress off your back, a lot of stress off your ankles. So this is great for longer distance runs, but it can kind of hurt you when you're working on speed. All right, so another shoe that I also like to go to whenever we're talking about distance is gonna be the Adidas Ultraboost. These just came out, and don't talk about how dirty my shoes is. I actually put miles on my shoes, that's why they're so dirty. So another thing that you can take into consideration is the Adidas Ultraboost. You got the thick cushioning on the back, which also takes a lot of stress off your knees, a lot of stress off of anything that's hitting that pavement. Unfortunately, with the Hokas, you're only gonna be able to find these inside of like shoe or sneaker running stores that are like built around people who do like professional running, like marathons and everything like that. These Adidas Ultra Boosts, they can pretty much be picked up at any store like Foot Locker or anything along those lines. Another thing to take away with the Adidas Ultra Boosts, they're a little tight. So if you have wide feet, you might want to go up a size. And they also got a good return policy on these if you buy them at Foot Locker and they don't fit as well. Another thing about the Hokas, they got this crazy platform, right? And if you're not careful, man, like you'll just be tripping all over the place. But the good thing about them as well is that they have this flex bar that allows it to spring back into place. That also gives you kind of like a little small boost whenever you're trying to kick the gears up whenever you're running. All right, so now we get to my favorite part of the video. We're gonna talk speed running. So when I first started out running in the Army, man, it was just like buy a pair of shoes, get out there and get to it. You're gonna figure it out along the way. I noticed that I got bad shin splints, and it's because I had the wrong shoe. So that's another thing I hope y'all gain from this video, that y'all find the perfect shoe that fits your running style and everything along those lines. So when we're talking speed, you wanna look at how much of your foot is actually hitting the ground and making contact. So my fastest logged running times have been with the Clouds, all right? So they have a lot of different models of these, and I'm gonna put the actual model in the description below. But this shoe, yeah, I've logged some crazy run times. They're very, very comfortable. When I bought these, I just noticed my run time just dropped dramatically. Like within the first day when I wore them, my run time probably dropped like 4 or 5 seconds. Then over time, I just gradually got a lot faster. So when we're talking speed, or if I'm taking a PT test, I'm pulling out my Clouds. Anything below about 3 miles, I'm probably gonna use these. The drawback to these that you might not notice initially, but you may notice over time, is that because they don't have a lot of cushion, you're gonna have a lot more stress on your legs, a lot more stress on your ankles, a lot more stress on your knees. So that's why I really don't recommend running these or using these over 5 miles, but you still can, you know what I'm saying? You definitely still can, and you can still be pretty fast. The Ultra Boosts are also pretty fast. I logged some pretty fast times in these as well. So Both of these pretty much be used for speed running, but more so I would resort to the Ultraboost because they have more cushioning if I was doing something along the lines of distance. But with running, you have to keep in mind and think about what kind of running you're doing that day, so you can choose the right shoe based on, you know, the day. All right, man, now we're gonna get into some shoes that I believe that you should just not be using whenever you're running. So what I have here is a Nike Air Max 94s. I've seen soldiers pull up the formation with these on. I see these shoes right here. These are the Nike Reacts, so they just came out too. The thing why I don't deal with these shoes is because they're more or less made for style, not more or less for performance. So as soon as I see somebody with these shoes, I'll probably know they're not beating me on the run. That's just my honest opinion. But you do have some freaks of nature who can still run and stuff like this. This shoe gives you no flex at all, just pounds of pavement. And the Nike React just gives you no support whatsoever. But I still know some fast people who can run in these. But I put these in the video just to say, like, don't so much worry about how your shoe looks. Kind of look at how the shoe performs on your foot whenever you're trying to buy a shoe. Because I kind of got lost in that when I first started buying running shoes. I wanted to buy something that looks good. When in reality, it was like the ugliest shoes, man, that were pretty expensive helped me out the most. Like these weird looking Hokas. I can't lie, these are pretty expensive. I think these shoes are almost like 160, 170. If we're talking price points, if you're hurting for dollars and you need some good running shoes, I definitely recommend the Nike Freeruns. Those can be found in like any Foot Locker, Champs. I don't have any right now because, you know, I done bossed up a little bit, you know, start buying, you know, a couple more expensive lines of shoes that have helped me in my career. So now we're gonna go into a few key things and a few key running tips that have helped me to be successful in my Army career. All right, so the first tip is consistency. Consistency, consistency. If you want to get better at running, you have to be consistent. I'm not saying you have to run every single day, but you have to at least run maybe about like 2 to 3 times a week if you want to see an improvement on your run time. Tip number 2, you have to rest. If you want to get better at running, you have to allow your body time to rest. That's why I only recommend that you do cardio 2 to 3 times a week. All right, so tip number 3, you gotta switch up your cardio exercises. So with that being said, I'm gonna give you an example of a typical running week for me. I might start it off on Monday with a 3 to 4 mile run. Wednesday is gonna be probably an indoor bike. You know what I'm saying? Probably go for like 10 miles, crank up the resistance a little bit, work my legs out, stretch them out, and then I might end the week off with some sort of sprinting or anaerobic running exercise, i.e. like 100-meter sprints or 400-meter repeats on a Friday. All right, tip number 4, cardio sucks, man. I know it, but you gotta do it. And when you have a good cardio foundation in the Army, everything else transfers. I'm talking about if you're good at cardio, you're gonna be good at rucking. You're gonna be good at just being in austere environments for longer amounts of time just because you're in shape. You're gonna be more adaptive. So with that being said, as much as it sucks, man, get out there and run. You know, get that cardio, keep it going. It's gonna give your body time. Believe it or not, your body heals when you're conducting cardio. Because look, think about this. You're pushing more blood through your body. What does blood do? Transports oxygen. All right, so you know we get scientific here, but bottom of the line, get out there and do cardio. I'm gonna end it on that. Y'all be safe. And yeah, if you got any questions about shoes, which shoes to run, and you know, drop them in the comments below. I'm trying to get more active on social media. Don't forget to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to put some good information out there. Let me know if y'all like it, and I'm gonna keep it genuine, and I hope that this video helps you out. All right, so key takeaways, man. You going for distance or you going for speed? So think about that whenever you're putting your shoes on in the morning. Think about that whenever you're going out to buy your shoes. This shoe right here has been the best shoe for me when we're talking about speed, the clouds. This shoe right here has been the best shoe for me when we're talking about distance. So with that being said, the choice is yours, and hit me up if you got any more questions. Thank y'all. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, you know, get on the train, because I'm gonna keep dropping content. I'm hoping that y'all can pick it up. Got some real big things happening in the near future. Don't forget to check out the website, you know, copy some merchandise, get you a shirt or something, you know, show love. Yeah, you know, we still repping out here. You know, turn the pain into profit every day, one day at a time. Staying resilient, getting through whatever life throws at us. That's what the brand is about. And go do some cardio right now, bro. Cut out the video. Go do what you gotta do. Let's get it.